Hey guys, I want to hurry up and show you my Creme Brulee Pocket Plus setup before I change into the one that's on its way currently. I got the exact same one in chocolate, but after seeing a lot of pictures of this particular one on my Instagram, a lot of people have wanted to see a more in-depth look at it. So I want to go ahead and get this out of the way now before I do switch, even though initially I'm sure things aren't going to really change on the inside. But I have really loved this thing, so I want to, do it the justice of documenting it. So maybe I can look back and see if I really want to move back into it one day, or if maybe one day I want to get rid of it. I don't know. But mostly just because you wanted to see and hear more about the details of it. So I'm not going to focus on every little detail, but if you do have any questions, I'm happy to share what I know about where I got it or how I made it. So just let me know in the comments if you're interested in anything else. I'm going to hurry up and dive into it. I will say I haven't really shown the front of it since I got this nasty ink stain right here. I've always been very careful, but a stray pen found its way into my bag, and of course, the one time that happened, it leaked everywhere, so that was really upsetting. I love this Creme Brulee wet leather so much. It's beautiful, it's ripply, it's pebbly, and it's soft. And especially in this Pocket Plus size, with all this extra room here, because there are so many, there's 6 elastics, so it's extra wide. It just makes the whole thing feel, especially because it's not packed full, makes the whole thing feel very squishy and huggable. So I absolutely love this leather, and sorry for the wobbling. I have a weird setup going on here. So I actually emptied out the front, and the one that I have on the way doesn't have the pockets. It has the stitching and it has the pen loop, but it doesn't have the pockets because I find that I don't use them very much, especially when I'm not using this as a wallet. I have transferred my wallet materials into another Traveler's Notebook, and I could brief you guys on that some other time if you like. So right now I have nothing in here, and all I have are some gold foil hearts. They're just envelope seals. I like to use them throughout my pages sometimes, but in the meantime they're just kind of sticking out here. So let me show you my pen, because I'm actually really excited about this pen. I've recently gotten it. It's a Pilot G2, which I'm completely committed to this kind of pen, but I just recently discovered this limited edition. I feel like that's not focusing, but it says G2 limited, and I know there are stores that they were in, but you can get them online for about $10, and I found it in gold, and I was so happy. Amazon Prime actually has all the colors, so it's got some gray and silver and purples and all kinds of stuff, and it's a very heavy-duty metal feeling pen, but it takes those same refills as the regular Pilot G2. So I found this and I fell in love, and this is absolutely my new favorite pen. So, and of course it looks beautiful in this brown, and I also think it's gonna look really good in the chocolate brown that I have on the way. So that's a big component of this notebook that I think really adds to the aesthetics of, every time I grab it, I really want to feel like I can't wait to get my hands on it because it's so beautiful, so that helps. Now this first one here is a Foxy Fix dashboard, and throughout I have different dashboards, some that I've made myself and some that are from Foxy Fix. If I had to choose, of course I would pick the Foxy Fix ones because they're such a thick, durable plastic, excuse me. But they are $5 a piece, and then half the time, which isn't bad, but half the time they're not in stock, so sometimes I just make my own. But this is a Foxy Fix, and the scrapbook paper here, only because so many people have raved about it, is from scrapbook.com, and I want to say I don't think it's Rosabelle actually. I think it's a different kind of paper, but I can maybe check on that and then link it below. But a lot of people have raved about this paper, so I want to know where I got that from. Now this first notebook is, at this point, it's an old notebook. I have a lot of reference materials in here that I want to hold on to, so I do keep it in here, even though it's not my current one that I'm writing in. So this is actually more so, this was work I like to kind of separate it by my personal weekend stuff and my work stuff that's a little bit more pressing usually. So this was one that I was using for work to-dos, and I got to a point where I explained in one of my last videos that I pretty much just keep a running to-do list. So that's what this is. Actually, I was using this as both work and personal at the time, but I just do little checks or little check boxes, and I go through and I make sure everything's checked off. But I keep this in here because it does have some reference material that I need to get back to. So, and then on the back I have some bill passwords that I've covered up with a little doily here, and my if found please return to. So that's good. I haven't transferred that over, and those need to stay because I'm constantly going back and forth. This clip, I don't know where I got it. It's just a classic skeleton clip, which I have fallen in love with. And I have some charms in here. This is one that says balance, if you can see. And I think I got it from Michael's. All of my charms in here are very symbolic. In fact, I didn't mention on the front, this sand dollar charm here was a company logo of my late father, who I was very close to, so I have it in the front just as the first thing that I see, and I get to see it all the time, and it just makes me think of him, and it makes him feel more a part of my everyday. And every time I grab it, I get to think of him. So all of these charms that I have in here are symbolic in a way of something important in my life. I like to keep it that way. And here's the back of the Foxy Fix dashboard. Some more paper that I got from, this wasn't from scrapbook.com. It was from a paper pad from a craft store, so that might be difficult to track down if you guys want to know specifics on it. But I do love that paper. And then what I love about this Foxy Fix dashboard, more so than my own dashboards, is that it's such a durable plastic. It's so thick, and it's such a tight fit for anything you slide in there. So so I have a piece of acetate in here, and this lotus flower mandala thing that I cut out. So it's kind of like a see-through. I really like how you can see through, and it's very dimensional, so you can kind of see the paper through here. If I try to put it in one of my own dashboards, it would just slip and slide all over the place. So I really do prefer the Foxy Fix ones. So this is my current book, kind of the one that's taking place of this book. I found that initially I was starting my notebooks, in the beginning would be work, and in the back behind the band would be personal, but I found that I was filling up the first half of it for work stuff way too fast. So I have now gone to using an entire book for work and then an entire book for personal back here. So this one is currently my work book. And this is a this is one of the ones that I made out of a sheep protector from Target, I think it was, and I just use a fusing tool. And I have it stuck, so you can't really see it. I have it stuck to the front of this notebook, but I have it set up to be top loading, and it's good. It works out really well. The plastic's not quite as durable, and if you're pulling things in and out of it all the time, you might have to take it apart and refuse it because it doesn't stick perfectly. So these are so much more durable, and I mean, I haven't had issues with them falling apart at all. And I have another piece of scrapbook paper. This notebook I got from, it's pretty much exactly like a Moleskine notebook. It's got the cream paper, it's got the pockets in the back, and it was pennies on the dollar compared to a Moleskine, and it was at Office Depot, I believe. I don't remember, it was a ridiculously good deal though. It was like a pack of 3 for $1.50 or something, so I don't know that I can find this again. And I really like the cream color paper for these earthy tone notebooks. So again, just a continuous running to-do list. And then I have my today marker, so it sticks out of the top here and takes me right to this day. I made this out of a piece of acetate and some gold foil stickers I just put at the top, and then I ran it through the laminator, and I have it washi in a few pages back. So as I go, say I get to this page, I don't have to change out this washi nonstop. I can just put it to whatever day. So this is my current day, and it is just an endless to-do list. And this works out perfectly for me. I kind of separate it by day sometimes, but it's not to a T, like the process and the way I have to do it. I just kind of flow and see what works. So it's nothing too tedious. Actually, it's very simple for me. And in the back, I'd started to use this book for personal stuff, but I just decided to move into another book. And personals, like, and this is a piece of scrapbook paper. It doesn't come looking like this. And this is just I don't remember what collection this is, but it's from scrapbook.com. It's just something shoved in. But my personal tends to be a lot of lists, shopping lists, grocery lists, cleaning lists, reminders, things I want to do on the weekend, cleaning I want to do on the weekend. I try to keep it very simple, but I decided to let the rest of this be dedicated to work. So this is the back of the notebook itself, and this is a Michaels pocket that I've put onto it, as well as another piece of scrapbook paper from scrapbook.com, and a strip of washi here from Michaels. And this is the back half of my personal, the one that I made, the dashboard that I made. So that's this one notebook. So in here I just have a quote from a card from scrapbook.com. And I'm trying to remember collections, but I'm sorry, I feel like it's a waste of time because I just have so many on top of, there's a lot of different collections going on here. Oh, and this isn't a part of the pocket. This is some sticky notes that I have on this pocket in here. And I find that I just like the way it looks. So I actually don't use that pocket. And because the adhesive on the pocket tends to pull up when I try to use it. So it's more aesthetic than useful. I'm not sure if you can, yeah, I think you can. So you see how scratched up that plastic is over his picture? This is my son. That's one drawback of my own dashboards that I made out of sheet protectors, because Foxy Fixes do not get really scratched up. I mean, they're going to get some stuff on them, but overall you can see it's pretty clean looking. And this one has been through a lot, so you can see that all kinds of marks and stuff. So that's a drawback. I would say it's fun to make your own, saves money, saves time. Sometimes you can't get them somewhere else, but go with Foxy Fix if you have the option. It's so much more worth it, I think. So this is a picture of my son, and then I have on the adjacent side just a little gold foil piece of acetate that says I'm so lucky. So it's kind of like a reference to him here. And this is another Foxy Fix dashboard that I have around this pocket folder. Excuse me. This is from Freshly Pink on Etsy. This was the first folder that I ordered as opposed to making myself, and I absolutely love it. Although, excuse me, my dog is scratching on my door wanting attention. I love this folder, so I'd say definitely go get one if you like this. It has 1, 2, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pockets technically. So it's got, well, this secretarial pocket, this was not a secretarial pocket, it was actually just a card pocket that I pulled up because I found it was more useful as a secretarial pocket. It has a pocket back here. Try not to use it too much because I don't want to ruin it. And then it has a top loading pocket here where I have more of those gold hearts. And then technically the other 2 pockets are these little slits, which I guess are like card pockets. I don't use this one because it goes all the way down, but I use this one for some Post-its staggered on top of each other that I like. And they're pretty in here. So I like the different scrapbook papers that she used. This is the back half of this scrapbook paper, and I do know, I'm not sure she got it there, but you can get this paper at scrapbook.com, and it's double-sided with this pattern on the back, not the stripes. I don't know where that came from. But I really think this is a beautiful folder, and it's tearing up, and it's really upsetting. But that tends to happen with strings. So as much as I've tried to tape it and protect it, it just keeps cutting through down here. These are some masking dots that I use in my calendar. I got these from the Container Store. I actually only use the pink and the green. I need to put some more sheets in here actually. So I don't use this very much. When I was using this as a wallet, I used this pocket for receipts. But in my receipt, or in my wallet one that I use now, I've made my own pocket because it tends to get beat up quite a bit. So I really just have my Foxy Fix dashboard used as a protector for this pocket right now. Not so much to use it to put things in. And this is my calendar. This is from Staples, I think it is. This is the only thing in here that is white sheets, and I really don't like that, but it's a cute enough calendar and it works out, so I decided to get it. Now this is a personal size calendar, so it would fit, you know, just the little plastic ones that you get that come in their own plastic sleeve. But I cut it down, so this date here, which is gold foil, was centered, but I cut off a little bit off the top. And some ephemera flowers in here. So it's by Ashley G for Blue Sky. And these are some note papers that I got from, you know, I don't remember, but I thought they were really cute, and they're on a cream paper. So I have it set to open to my next tab, which is for the month, to the current month. And I also have that washi in the same way, so I can just flip it to the month. And I ran this through the laminator the same way with the scrapbook.com paper and the gold letters. Now this gets beat up really bad, so I probably wouldn't do this again in the future. I hate having to cut down calendars, but I haven't found any online that I like, so, or that come already printed and assembled, and I absolutely hate to fuss with printing my own, so most of them that you find are PDFs that you can download and print yourself, and I hate that. So this didn't turn out too bad. It cut off some of the months at the top, but it doesn't really bother me too much. So I used the dots I used green dots for payday, and then I used the pink dots for just my menstrual cycle as a reminder to look back and kind of gauge when. So those are the only two things I use it for. And I actually don't use this a whole lot. I just use it as, of course, big forward planning and things I want to reference, so it doesn't get filled up too much. The reason I like this setup is because it is a Monday start, and I pretty much only plan Monday through Friday, because I work Monday through Friday. My son goes to school Monday through Friday. And then Saturday and Sunday is set up really small here, so it doesn't take up a lot of space, and it's really out of the way, and it's really big boxes. So I found this and I absolutely loved it, and I had to have it. And then here's the back, and I just love these little sort of hand-painted looking dots on it. Looks like a paintbrush was just taken to it. And then a piece of ephemera. Also, all my ephemera pretty much, I think, is from scrapbook.com. And I don't know the collection, but I like the Rosabelle collection a lot. Creme. Those are some of my favorites. So this is my last notebook here. Again with, oh, and this is the case that this came in, this plastic sleeve. And I also just, when I cut it, I used the fuse tool to refuse it at the top. So this is my personal notebook here in the back. And I did have another little charm here of an old coin, but it came off, and that was really sad. This is another card from the not Prima, or is it Prima Rosebud? I don't remember, but it is from scrapbook.com. And then this scrapbook paper, I think I actually got at Hobby Lobby or something, and some more acetate over some more paper. And this is, I track things like online orders. Nothing too complicated. I can always go reference my order and my email for more detail, so I just kind of check it off when it gets here so I know what I'm waiting for. Some Saturday to-dos, some calls that I have to make, shopping list, Saturday cleaning list, my shopping list continued, and then a grocery list that I've started. And I just put different kinds of washies up here. And this is pretty new, so it's not very full yet. And then the back half is that sweater paper again. And this is a Target Dollar Spot label pocket with the adhesive back that I stuck here. And it has some washi that I put, and another piece of ephemera there. This is some of my favorite washi. And I think they all came from Michael's. Most of them, I can't remember which ones. Definitely this one, not this one. This came from a different collection, but they all came in those tubes that are on sale for like $10 sometimes at Michael's. And currently this is like my favorite washi right now. So, and also because they all look so pretty, I like to keep them visible in the back. So this is on a piece of acetate. It was like, I think an acetate card I got from some set. And even though this piece of ephemera doesn't make it easy to get this in and out, I still think it's so pretty. So I fuss with it just to keep it in there. And then in the back, I just have a reminder. It's a flyer for my son. Some magician talent show, I think it is. Just so I don't forget. But I don't use these pockets very much. That's why I got my chocolate creme brulee coming with no pockets. So I really hope I can get that to work. And if I need the pockets, I can just throw one of these in the front or back. So that's it. That is all of my everyday carry. If you have questions, I know it's really bad about mentioning which collections the scrapbook.com pieces came out of, but if you have questions, I will try to be as specific as possible if you just want to detail what it is you want to know about in the comments. And again, I want to talk about the fact this is a Pocket Plus. It is a relatively new size. Not many people are super familiar with it, but I love it. I can't go back to a regular pocket because the fact that you can just fit so much more in here is addictive. Isn't even the word. It's just like a way of life, you know. I don't pack it to the max, which makes it a little squishable, have some extra room in it. And you could also use an A6, but I've decided that that would probably bother me because there's some extra room at the top of an A6, so I've decided to stick with the Pocket Plus. And it gives you this room to kind of, your pen's kind of protected. So when you're looking at it from the front, it's in there. So that's it. I think I've covered everything. I'm a huge fan of this planner. I don't think I'm going to be getting rid of it. Maybe one day. I don't know. So let me know what you think soon. I probably won't do an update when I get my chocolate just because it's going to be pretty much the same as far as the insides go. But I will put some pictures on my Instagram account, which is create_Shanti, SHAANTI. So if you want to peek at what that's going to look like, you can go check it out there. I tend to update that a lot more. So anyway, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Bye.